Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Newport Board of Education special meeting. May I have a roll call, please? Here.
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 If you all would stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we'll have a moment of reflection, and we're asking you all to keep all those impacted by the storms in your thoughts. All right. We have a presentation, Mr. Atkins.
Yeah. So with us today, we have Dr. Emmerly. She's our gifted and talented program here at Newport Independent. She was going to be here last month, but then just had some things to come up. But we want to make sure that the board received our presentation tonight. So she'll probably connect her computer and then share some information about our gifted talent program. We also have with us Carla Ottinger, who is our gifted and talented teacher. She was here last year and joined about mid-year, and she's returning back again this year, which is great for students. Russie, what's the best way for her to connect with us? Important.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. So, good evening, Madam Chair, Ms.
Good
Rackins,
evening.
and members of the board, and everybody here tonight. We're here to give you a quick update about our Gifted and Talented program. This is a project that started really last year. We 2 years ago, we had it, but it wasn't really, we were not working on identifying students. We didn't have a teacher for 2 years, so we are very excited. So tonight I want to talk where we were, the progress we have made, and where we are going this school year. So as part of this work, we created Ignite, is the name of the program, which means inspiring gifted Newport innovators through excellence. So our goal is to identify potential, nurture it, and give our students opportunities to grow. Okay. So I want to start with why gifted education matters. So students are more than a high test scores, right? They can show giftedness through the way they think, the way they solve problems, and the way they approach the challenge. So, that's what we are looking for, right? We need to find instruction to meet those students as well where they are. We will have to challenge them, and our goal is to identify those students, nurture their strengths, and make sure they continue to be challenged throughout, their school. Well, they are with us. So this is the slide that I'm most proud of. And during the school year 2024-2025, we had 39 identified students. That is only 40% of our total enrollment. So last year, we identified 101 students. So that is 8.19% of our total enrollment. So that means that it's 62 newly identified students, 159% in increase, and we went from 3% to 8.19%, 111 total gifted designations because, we have students, 101 that are in the program, but they have they have been identified in more than one designation. So we then identified in general intellectual, specific ability in social studies, language arts, mathematics, science, and also visual and performing arts, creativity. So some of them are in more than one area. So that's why the numbers grew. So how are our students identified? So number one, we use a multi-step process to recognize all those talents. We start with a referral process. These referrals may come from parents, may come from themselves, also from teachers, or any member of the community, school community, or community. Then when we get that referral, we screen those students. So for that, we could use like the scores like iRating that they already have, or they do during the school year. We also use COGAT for intellectual, but also we use other measures, like for example, notes from the teachers, input from the parents. We send like a survey for the parents so they can fill it out, and according to the state of Kentucky, we use 3 to 4 pieces of evidence to say, yes, the student really is talented and we are going to identify them. So after we have all those measures and those pieces of evidence, we come together in a committee. We have a committee at each school. So we have representation from teachers, special ed, in the arts, regular teacher, principal, counselor, and we come the GP teacher, and we come together and we go through every piece of evidence, the test scores, the interview from the parents, everything that the parents are helping us gather, and the teachers, and then we together decide, yes, this student is going to be identified. And then from there, we identify what will be the services that they will be receiving in the classroom with the teacher. So we make sure that our process is fair and equitable, that they have multiple opportunities to be recognized, and also that they get the right support at the right time. Okay, this is my second favorite stuff. So when we started last year, we didn't have any youth learners in there. We didn't have any SPED kids in there. We had 3 homeless students at the time. But now we have 8 English learners, 8 special ed students. We went from 26 to 83 produced and priced meals. We went from 3 to 8 homeless students, and we increased the designations that I talked before in different areas from 55 to 111. So that is really good. And it was last year. Yeah. Keep moving, right? This year we want to do more. We'll talk about that. So that means that our identification practices are reaching more students across all groups. We are ensuring that every student with gifted potential has opportunity to be recognized and supported. And it's not like, oh my gosh, we found 62 students. They were there, right? We just needed to identify them. And we have a lot more. So this is what Ignite is. We start first with Ignite Bright Star. That is 8 to 3 is the talent pool. So this is not formal identification. It's just teachers observing kids, finding those skills. They look for creativity, leadership skills, problem solving, critical thinking. In those students, we collect that evidence and the referrals from teachers, and they receive enrichment opportunities. They are working with the teacher. They are being observed, and we are like building that pool. Then from there, once they are in 3rd grade, it will be they will exit the talent pool, but they will have the opportunity to go to formal identification. So we will screen them, all of them in 3rd grade, and they will have another opportunity to be screened in 6th grade because there are different areas that they might develop in those years. So that is the process. So we have talent pool, that is observation and enrichment. in the informal identification in the 4-year or, fifth, sixth, whatever, that will follow them once they are identified. That will follow them all the way to high school until they finish high school. So, see, they will get, when they are 4 to 12, they will get differentiated instruction, enrichment. They will go to competitions, leadership, college, and career readiness, independent study, and creativity and arts. So, that brings us to student opportunity. And that's why Ms. Iger is here. She's the GP teacher. She came last year, the last, 3 months of the year. And it was great because in those 3 months that she was there, like we had all the plans that we wanted to do, but we didn't have a teacher. So then the teacher came and she started putting all, the instruction in place. So she's gonna talk to you about it.
Thank you. So as you can see by the slide, we provide lots of different opportunities. Some are the advanced learning, creativity, enrichment, exploration, leadership. There's so many different areas. And so in my mind, my 2 main goals when I came on, sort of 2/3 of the way into the year, was number one, we need to serve the kids that we already know we've identified and create a system where I can do that. And then the other goal was, let's find more students that we know are talented. We need to find them and follow that process and identify them. And that will continue to be the goal this year because there are still more kids to find. But to give you an example of things that I did in the students that are K-3 in the primary, it's the primary talent pools, which is just an opportunity to do enrichment. So I would pull students in groups once a week. We would do things like logic problems and math mysteries and just special activities to develop that thinking. We also, as the students got older, there were some other opportunities as well, like when I started working at the middle and high school, I had a group of kids that did, I don't know if you're familiar with Google, they had something called Genius Hour projects. I don't know if you've heard of this, but Genius Hour was a way that things came about in the Google company. Like one of the ways that Google Maps was created is because employees were allowed to do their own like areas of interest in research, and they were able to create these new things. And so when I worked with the 8th graders, they were able to research a topic of their choice and share their knowledge with the group. And so we had kids following their interests, which was really important. So like one student did the Napoleonic Wars and another student did Greek mythology. And so it was really neat to give them the chance to explore something that they have a passion for that may not be able to do in the regular classroom. Or maybe their teacher would love to do it, just doesn't have time to, or not as in-depth as they want. And so those are the kinds of things that we did, which were really exciting. The other thing is we have a lot of kids, particularly I'm thinking of in high school, that are leaders. And maybe they're not necessarily getting the highest iReady score, but they're true leaders and have a real talent. And so one of the first things I did is I got to know the amazing Donna Watts, because she and Ms. Packwood work with our student council, and basically my leadership kids are their kids. So I got a chance to work with them and sort of to try to develop those relationships. I feel like it's really important that I connect with what's happening already in the system and then build on that. And so we've been able to do things with our leadership kids. I know that Donna is planning on, she's been making the preparation for us to take kids to do the Anthony Munoz Leadership Conference in the fall. And I went this summer to CBG and learned all about the career opportunities there. One of those things is careers, things that are available for our kids, and to let them know what's out there. So we're just trying to find lots of different ways to appeal to lots of different abilities, because we want to find our kids, we know they're there, and bring them in and give them what they need. And the other big goal for this year is the visual and performing arts. We have a lot of kids on our watch list, but we need to get more kids on our official list. And we've got some kids that we've started gathering evidence, and that's what we're in the process of doing. I would love to see our leadership kids do some things with our Newport City Council. I mean, I just think there's so many opportunities. So it's exciting. We have a little little flower that we're growing, and it's going to keep growing and growing, so we're excited.
Yeah, and I just want to share that, Judge Keller, Michelle Keller, years ago, she used to have a civic program through Newport, and she always, every time she sees me, she reminds me she would love to do it again. So if you all could reach out to her, because our gifted and talented, they were called honor students back then, but they would actually have an opportunity to go to her court, spend time with her, and just, so I do know that Newport is always open to our kids, job sharing and all that. So I think that's a great opportunity. I'm sure Mr. Atkins will be more than happy to make those connections for you with the city, because.
No, great. Thank you. Thank you, Carla. So just what you were saying, participation in family engagement is really important because we want our parents to be involved too. We want them to understand their students' giftedness, and we want to make sure, helping as partners, that these kids have the high quality opportunities and the families are engaged in that process as well. So we have in there our gifted community, 100 gifted students right now, where we, like Carla said, we are gathering evidence in a lot more areas. We're gonna, as soon as we start school, we tested the students that start in 6th grade, so we need to see them in the results. So this process is whole year, it never ends. It's not like we do testing right now and that's it, it goes whole year. So we want the family and community to be partners with us, regular communication, family workshops, community partnerships, family involvement, and celebrating success for sure. And then, so that is what's next. Carla said a little bit of what we want to focus on. We want to grow our reach. We want to enhance our programs. We want to make those partnerships stronger with teachers, parents, and community. And we want to drive excellence. So we will use data and feedback to make all the improvements that we need to be growing that impact that we're having with the students. Our vision for this year is, of course, we're going to continue identifying students, but now we also, the second goal that we had important is we're going to serve the students the right way, the 62 that we already have. We are going to expand the academics and enrichment learning. We are going to increase the identifications and creativity in the arts, because right now we have just a few. In that visual and performing arts, we have dance, we have vocals, we have theater. So, and we know that we have those students there. And continue growing our talent. So we have there all those little ones that are growing, right? And we are cultivating all those students so they can build a strong foundation that we need for our program. And that's all. I don't know if you guys have any questions.
So when I saw this, I thought it sounds great, but it almost seems like some of this has already started, and I have not appreciated that as happening yet. So I would like to see this be launched with Fidelity this year. That would be really great.
For sure. We didn't have a program for 2 years. So
Right.
I had the program at the beginning of last year. I didn't, it was my first time working with gifted and talented. I gathered all what we had already from the past, build this program, and then we lost the teacher. So it was like, oh my gosh, we have all these, and we started I had a big list of students that were qualifying because of irony. So after that, I was like, well, we don't have a teacher, but I can at least start gathering evidence of, all the data of students and parents' letters with the, can you fill this in, what about your student? Because we have seen talent and all that process. I mean, she got here during the last 3 months of school.
Sure.
So in those 3 months of school, it was amazing to see what in 3 months, all the things that were happening already with the kids, right? She was going to the primary school and working with the intermediate school. And at the same time, we were screening more students and testing students. We use COGAD, so that we're taking COGAD, and we have a big list of things that we still have to do because we have students that have been nominated for specific academic. So, that's where we're going. So, this year, we're starting from the beginning and it's a new chapter and we just want to, put all these things in place.
Yeah, I've seen it done really, really well. It was done really well a few years back when we had a gifted teacher. I don't think that they necessarily had all the supports that they felt they needed. So if there's anything we can do to facilitate, your program and see that these kids get the things that they need, please let us know.
And yeah, we have a strong program, but at the same time, we only have a few students. So it was like, the talent is there. Like we see it every day. I was in the classroom. I see the talent in every kid, because it goes through all student populations. So, our English speaker, I'm sorry, like English learners, even newcomers that don't speak English. You see that talent in there. So what can we do to get those kids, where they need to be? That instruction, that enrichment. So that's our goal.
Yeah.
We'll see it this year.
Well, I'm excited to see the equity growth.
Yeah.
Me too.
To me, that's
For sure.
powerful, especially in a program that is not only challenging in Newport, but it's challenging across the state of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Because the data shows that people are not choosing gifted and talented as a career. It's not, they're not choosing that endorsement. And so it's really been a challenge. It's, I do know that board members have talked to legislators about it. And I think they're trying to change their qualifications for the program. And I don't want to go on the air saying this, but sometimes I feel like the system is not relevant to the times.
Yeah.
So we have all these rules and guidelines in place, but they don't match the challenges we are dealing with today. So that's all I'm going to say. But I do really think that it's something that we're glad that you two are working really hard, and we appreciate all the work you're doing. And if you could just maybe tap into the board again, maybe mid-year.
Yep.
After you've had time to give us an update on all the work you're doing, and give us a little bit more details on it. And as Ms. Stutman said, anything the board can do, or Ms. Superintendent, be sure to let us know, because we really want to support this program.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, make sure that you all have the support that you need to ensure that our kids get the best and become the best version of themselves. So thank you. Did you want to add something?
I just wanted to say that one of the things that I've been doing that I didn't mention, it's kind of cool and maybe addresses slightly what you just said, is there's a group called the Northern Kentucky Association of Gifted Education, and I've been meeting with them once a month.
Okay.
It's really nice because there's representatives from the different river cities that are doing the same job as me, as well as the bigger districts. But what's really powerful is every district's a little bit different, and so the way we deliver is going to be a little bit different as well. But it's super helpful to talk with people that are doing what I'm doing, and we can share ideas and share methods of how to go about it. Like I went, even in the spring, I visited one day at Beechwood because they have a very established program, and they let me come and visit and serve. And so I just feel like that cooperation is really powerful, and so I continue to do that.
Well, good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it. Okay. Next on our agenda. Mr. Mr. Atkins.
So the first item under new business is approval for emergency certification for a Newport High School math position. When you think about the positions that are incredibly hard to fill, or high school math, science, special education, and MSD classrooms, so we're asking for that approval.
Okay. Any questions regarding that process?
Can you explain that just a little bit, like what goes into certifying somebody in an emergency?
Yeah, so
Like-
Kim works pretty closely with KDE and like Educational Standards Board, those groups, so Kim probably can
Okay.
explain it a little more clearly than I can, because how close to it.
Okay. 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 Sure. Okay.
And what are the next steps? So they're emergency certified this year, so next year, are they working to get some? So that's what I want you to explain, that it,
Okay. Thank you.
alrighty. And the service agreement with One Goal, I know we have this been on the agenda before, but
Yeah.
can you do a brief reminder?
Sure,
of
yeah.
What the program is about?
And just as some background information, Mr. Volker, board attorney, has been working closely with our attorney for months and months to make sure that the language reads exactly the way, our board would want it to read. So removing some of those things and rewording that. So just a little background on what One Goal is. One Goal is currently working with other school districts, and we've gotten great feedback about the services that One Goal is giving them, in particular Ludlow. But what they do is they will partner with their high school, and their goal is to help more students prepare for life after graduation. So really think about college and career readiness. But it's not so much working with the students, it's more working with the high school administration to set up systems and processes to really self-assess what we're doing for college and career readiness for our high schoolers. So they will meet monthly with their high school administrators. They'll look at our current programs. They'll help our school leadership build an action plan. They will have a dedicated coach that will meet with the team twice a month to offer continuous guidance, tools, and support. And then also, our school leaders now will be able to join a network of other districts to be able to share ideas and be able to solve issues within Newport High School. So one thing that I did want to note about this is that this is not costing Newport Independent or Newport High School any money. It's being paid for out of different grants that One Goal is receiving. So this is something that I really wanted for Newport High School to build those post-secondary systems.
I like the word system.
Yeah.
I do too, yeah. It's not like-
Programs leave, systems stay in place. That's what I like.
And if you explore their success rates, they're very successful. They do.
Yes.
Yeah, I was really hoping that the language of the contract would get worked out.
Okay. Next on our agenda is the annual financial report. Mrs. Smith.
I just wanted to take a few minutes to go over unaudited annual financial report, which has been completed and submitted to Katie. Basically, this gives us our year-end picture of where we actually ended with our revenues, expenditures, and our general fund balance. Overall, I feel good about where we ended the year financially. On the revenue side, we budgeted about $15.9 million in current year receipts, and we actually received about $15.8 million. So we came in about 99.6% of what we had projected. You may notice a larger difference when you look at the overall budget compared to the AFR, but most of that difference is related to the estimated beginning fund balance that was used when we prepared the budget. And that's developed. So it's based off of what we were budgeting rather than actually missing our revenue projections during the year. On the expense side, we also finished under budget. We had budgeted about $19.5 million in general fund expenditures, and actual expenditures came in about $15.1 million. Part of that difference is simply budgeting contingency and other amounts that we didn't end up needing to use. But I also want to give some credit across the district. Our administrators and departments were very mindful of their budgets throughout the year, and we continue to monitor spending closely, and that certainly helped contribute to where we ended the year. So really, the main takeaway is that our revenues came
came in very close to what we projected. Our expenses stayed below budget, and we ended the year with approximately $3.6 million in unassigned general fund balance. These numbers are still unaudited, so there could be some adjustments to the audit process, but I don't anticipate there being much of a change to our general fund balance. Any other questions? I'm happy to answer your question.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you and your team and the district for all your hard work.
Absolutely.
It is much appreciated. And we're just looking forward to more good news as we go forward.
You know, all the work that everyone done, Mr. Atkins and everyone associated with it for your departments. Thank you. It shows. Thank you.
You know, cutting costs is not an easy thing to do, so,
No, it's not.
especially when you have such a big budget. So, you know, kudos to everyone involved for making that happen.
Alrighty, next is the adult men pricing, for the fiscal year 27. We have a letter from, Kim,
Cornett?
Barnett. And so we wanted any questions regarding the letter? And, the number 5, you know, when we did our organizational meeting in the beginning of the year, we set our meetings for 6:30. But since then, some things have changed, and now we're able to meet a little early, or at 6 o'clock. Well, in order not to, because we put those on our calendar, any changes would make them a special meeting. But by making this revision now, for the rest of the years, those 6 o'clock meeting will be just a regular meeting, and they won't be special meetings. So thanks to Ms. Klosterman and I collaboration, we were able to figure that out. So appreciate her and making sure we stay on track legally and in order. So that's the reason that's on there. And then we have a fundraising request from the basketball team. Any questions regarding that?
No.
If not, I need a motion to approve consent agenda items 1 through 6.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next on our agenda, we have 2 executive sessions. And the first one, we'll be doing, at this point, we're not sure if we will be taking any action. But if we do, we will come out of executive session, go back into open session, and take any action that we need to take. So you're welcome to stick around, but you don't have to if you don't want to, but by law, we have to let you know that, okay? All right, so I need a motion to go into executive session.
So, second?
It's been moved in second, all in favor?
Aye.
All righty, you may be